Shri Matre Namaha Guru Kataksham Ambalanugram Paripurnam. Welcome to my channel Shakti Awakening with Vidya Prakash. If you're coming to the channel for the first time, do subscribe, and if you have already subscribed, I thank you so much for all the support in the form of likes, shares and comments. In this channel, I come out with videos on Shakti and Shakti Awakening. And if you want to learn more about Shakti Awakening, I conduct free workshop. I have given a WhatsApp group link in the description box. You can join the WhatsApp group where I'll be sharing the upcoming workshop details. And if you resonate with me and my teaching, you can also become part of my community when you are attending the workshop. I'll give an opportunity to become part of my community. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the Purva Bhaga of Lalita Sahasranamam. So before Lalita Sahasranamam has been given, which is a conversation between sage Agastya and Lord Hayagriva. So there is a conversation of 51 stanzas which comes before Lalita Sahasranamam. This conversation, it brings out the significance of Lalita Sahasranamam. You will be able to understand deeper level as to what are why you have to chant Lalita Sahasranamam, why how powerful is Lalita Sahasranamam, and what is the method, and what is the initiation needed to chant Lalita Sahasranamam. So all these things has been discussed between Sage Agastya and Lord Hayagriva. And I'll be breaking this down into 3 or 4 parts video because this is 51 stanzas. I'll be covering each stanza, so I'm planning to cover 10 stanzas a video, and let us understand deeper and understand the significance of Lalita Sahasranama more in a more deeper level. So let us start. First I'll chant the stanza and then I'll explain each stanza. Ashvanana Mahabuddhe Sarva Shastra Visharada Katitham Lalita Devyaha Charitam Paramadbhutam. So Agastya says, "Oh Hayagriva, you have told me the most wonderful history of Mata Lalitambika." And he also said that such history is not heard before, and there is no history similar to this. So that is the first stanza. Second stanza. Purvam praturbhavo matuhu statah pattabhishechanam bhandasuravadaschaiva vistarena vyoditaha. Then again, Agastya says, you gave me the birth, the manifestation of Mata and her coronation and how she slayed Bandasura. Third stanza. Varnitam Shri Puranchapi Mahavibhava Vistaram Srimat Panchadashaksharya Mahima Varnitastatha, which means the Sripuram, the abode of Mata Lalitambika, has been minutely described to us in all its glory, and also the greatness of Panchadashi mantra has also been described. If you look at the term Sripuram, it is also called as Manidvipam. Sage Vedavyasa has given the Manidvipa Varnana in Devi Bhagavatam. Similarly, Sage Durvasa has given in the Varnana of Sripuram in Lalita Stavaratna, which describes the abode of Mata Lalitambika. I have done a detailed video on the Manidvipa Varnana. I'll be giving the link below this video. You can also go through that and understand deeper of the abode of Mata Lalitambika, which is Sripuram. And Agastya also said that you have also walked me through, described the Panchadashakshari mantra, the 15-syllable mantra, which is the ultimate mantra of Mata Lalitambika. Then he goes on to say in the 4th stanza, षोडान्यासादयो न्यासः न्यासखण्डे समीरिताः अन्तर्यागक्रमश्चैव बहिर्यागक्रमस्तथा. So in Nyasakanda, the Nyasa, the Shodunyasa have been described. The method of Antaryagam as well as the Bahiryagam also has been, like you have walked me through. So this talks about the various process that is needed for you to go deeper into Sri Vidya Sadhana or deeper into understanding Mata Lalitambika. It is both Antaryaga and Bahiryaga. So inner alignment with Ambal, also the outward rituals, both are equally important in this journey. So let us understand the fifth stanza. महायागक्रमश्चापि पूजाखण्डे प्रकीर्तिताः पुरश्चरणखण्डे तु जपलक्षणमीरितम्. So, and Mahayaga, the great sacrifice, the yagam that has to be performed, has been described in the Puja Khanda. And in the chapter of Purascharana, you have also told us the rules of japa, how to do the japa. The sixth stanza says, Homa khande tvaya prokto homa dravya vidhikramaha chakrarajasya vidyayaha shridevya deshikatmanoho. So it says Homakanda. In Homakanda, you have explained the method of performing Homam. What are all the herbs to be Homa Dravya and Vidhi. What are the Vidhi that has to be performed and what is the Homa Dravyas to be used. And not only that, Chakrarajasya Vidyayaha. So Chakraraja Vidya is again the Panchadashakshari mantra. Chakraraja also means the Sri Chakram. So how the Sri Chakram has to be offered, worshipped, that also has been given. Then in seventh stanza, Rahasya Khande Tadamyam Parasparamudiritham Stotrakhande Bahuvidaha Stutayah Parikirtitaha. So here again he says Rahasya Khande, what are the various kinds of stotras that has to be told, that has to be chanted to worship Mata Lalitambika has been explained in detail. So that is the seventh stanza. The eighth stanza. Mantrine Dandini Devyoho Prokta Nama Sahasrake Natu Shri Lalita Devyaha Proktam Nama Sahasrakam. And Agastya went on to say the 1,000 names of Mantrini and Dandini. Mantrini is Rajamatangi or Rajashyamala. Dandini is Varahi. So you have given the 1,000 names of Varahi as well as Rajashyamala. But the Sahasranamam of Lalita Devi has not been told to me. This is what Agastya told Hayagriva. Then the ninth stanza. Tatra me samshayo jato Hayagriva dayanidhe kim va tvaya vismritam tagnatva va samupekshitam. He says, Hayagriva, on this point, I have a doubt. Have you forgotten it knowingly? Have you forgotten it to tell? Like, have you forgotten to tell the Lalita Sahasranama because you gave both Rajashyamala and Varahi but not Lalita Ambika? So, did you forget or knowingly you neglected it because you feel I'm not ready to receive it? So, this is what Sage Agastya asked Hayagriva. The 10th stanza. Mama va yogyata nasti shrotum nama sahasrakam kimartham bhavata nuktam tatra me karanam vada. Then he says, or is it because that I am unworthy to hear the 1,000 names of Mata Lalitambika? Tell me the reason why you have omitted this. Actually speaking, why Hayagriva did not give Lalita Sahasranamam directly? There is definitely a reason. This shows it is just to know whether the Shishya is ready to receive it. We will understand in detail as we go and read further stanzas, because when the Guru is imparting the knowledge, the Shishya should be in a position to receive it. And not only that, maybe the knowledge is a secretive knowledge, so it has to be given only when it is asked for. So that is the 10th stanza. The 11th stanza here Suta asks, Suta Uvacha Iti Prishto Hayagrivo Munina Kumbhajanmana Pruhishto Vachanam Praha Tapasam Kumbha Sambhavam. So, thus questioned by Kumbha Sambhava. Kumbha Sambhava is Sage Agastya. Hayagriva was happy and addressed Agastya that Hayagriva Uvacha. So this is the 11th stanza. Let's go on to the 12th stanza. 12th stanza. Hayagriva uvacha लोपमुद्रापते अगस्त्य सावधानमनाशृणु नाम्नां सहस्रं यन्नोक्तं कारणं तद्वदामि ते. He says, Agastya, Hayagriva says, Lopamudrapati. So he says, husband of Agastya, husband of Lopamudra, listen with concentration. I will tell you why I did not give you the 1,000 names. Here, if you look at it, Agastya has been addressed as Lopamudrapati, which means Lopamudra is the devotee of Mata Lalitambika. And being the husband of Lopamudra is a special qualification or an attribute for Agastya to be initiated into this Lalita Sahasranam. Yeah, because in Trishati, Ambal herself says, his wife Lopamudra worships me with devotion, and he too is extremely devoted towards me. So you must instruct him. And also, Ambal is also called as Lopamudra. So, which means Lopamudra is the mantra of Mata Lalitambika. And in this case, Pati can also be considered as worshipper. So, one who worships Mata Lalitambika. So, we can also consider that way. Let us move on to the 13th stanza. रहस्यमित मत्वाहं नोक्तवांस्तेन चान्यथा पुनश्च पृच्छते भक्त्या तस्मात् तत्ते वदाम्यहम्. So Hayagriva says, I did not tell you that because I thought it is a secret. But because you have now asked me with utmost devotion, I will impart you that. That is the 13th stanza. 14th stanza. ब्रूयाश्याः भक्ताय रहस्यमपि देशिकः भवता न प्रदेयं स्याद्भक्ताय कदाचन. So he says, the Guru will impart even a secret knowledge to the Shishya who approaches Guru with utmost devotion. And it should not be taught to someone who is not having bhakti. So it means one who has no devotion. And even if the person asks, it should not be taught to such people. So now here Lord Hayagriva is giving a hint that if you have bhakti, you are ready to chant. So bhakti is the qualification to chant Lalita Sahasranam. And absence of bhakti, even if you chant, it won't give you the desired result. Let us move on to the 15th stanza. Na shathaya na dusthaya na vishwasaya karhachit Shri Matru Bhakti Yuktaya Shri Vidya Rajavedine. Here it says na shathaya na dusthaya. A person who is a bad person, or a person who does not have faith, who does not believe, such people should not be taught to chant this namam. Na vishwasaya karhajit. So the person who does not have faith, such people, you should not be imparting this powerful namam, because this is a form of mantra as well. You should not be imparting this to someone like that. And here the last word, Shri Vidya Rajavedine. So Vidya Raja is Shri Vidya Raja is the ultimate mantra, which is the Panchadashakshari mantra, and then the Shodashi is there. This should be learned from a guru. Yeah, this has to be learned from a guru. So this is again another hint which says through guru, when you take up this path, it is going to be more powerful in your journey. So this is the 15th stanza. Let us move on to the 16th stanza. Upasakaya Shuddhaya Deyam Nama Sahasrakam Yani Nama Sahasrani Sadhya Siddhi Pradani Vai. To whom you can impart this Sahasranamam? So you can impart to those who is a Upasaka. Upasakaya Shuddhaya. The person who is having the clear intent, who has that purity of intent, to such upasaka you can share, you can give this Sahasranam. Now, who is Upasaka? Upasaka is someone who does the Nitya Karma as well as the Naimatika Karma. So, because you should be ready to practice, you should be ready to be consistent in your practice. So, that is the, again, qualification of who can chant Lalita Sahasranama. So, this is the 16th stanza. From the 17th stanza, we'll continue in the next video. Guru Kataksham Ambal Anugram Paripurnam. Shri Matre Namaha.